You guys having a good con so far? Very nice. Well, we're going to get our learning on here. How many out there either make games or want to make games? Yay! So a lot of people, we've got a really great panel today. I will introduce our panelists. This is Serafina Pechan, closer to me. She is the co-founder and lead designer at Alkaline Games, and also the owner of World Fusion. We'll give it up for Serafina. All right, next to her is Pegi Bryant. She is the co-founder of Boulder Games. You can find their games right there on the expo floor. Give it up for Pegi. The awesome two-colored hair there is Ashley Stoddard. She's a concept artist and illustrator. She's done work for Metalocalypse, Disney, and Backflip Games here. Give it up for Ashley. All right, and last but definitely not least, on the very end there is Stacy Place. She is Star Staples. Social media and YouTube guru. She's also the co-founder of a new podcast called Getting Goosebumps, and she's been a game journalist. I've worked with her as well. Give it up for Stacy. And my name is Jeffrey Dallet. I'm a video game journalist for videogameNewsSource.com and MySilentHill.com. I'm a professional journalist and concept artist, and so we've all gotten into video games in different ways and just thought we'd share some of that information with you. So to get started, I guess let's just go down the line and kind of briefly tell us how you got into the video game industry.
Well, when I was younger, quite a long time ago, my boyfriend at the time was playing games, and I asked him, what is that? I'd never seen PC games before, specifically PC games, and I asked him, what is that? And so he sat me down and I started playing, and about 8 hours later, I was hooked. So right then and there, like, we gotta do this, how do you make these, what are these, how do we do this? I didn't go to school for it. We just decided to go ahead and do it, and learned basically as we went along. Bootstrapped our way into games, and that was 25 years ago.
But I thought you would have told me.
So very similarly, around a community of people that play a lot of games, and so kind of expanding that community. About 10 years ago, we started our company, and have grown ever since. A lot of grit. So we'll talk about that.
Well, I started in animation, TV animation, on Metalocalypse and Serafina and stuff like that. And basically got tired of Los Angeles and tried to find jobs elsewhere, which included mobile gaming, and was lucky enough to live with Backflip for many years, and have since discovered that storytelling it's not limited to film, feature, animation, TV animation. It is also very important to games. So I've really been enjoying. I've always been a gamer, but didn't realize that was something I could go to school for until I was already in school. So I did a couple classes, learned about making games and stuff, but I kind of got into it a very roundabout way because I went into film first. So I did film and TV production and wrote about video games. And through the connections I made with HB and some game companies, I was able to actually work my way into game companies, and that's been quite a blast. I'm so glad I finally made it there.
So I'll go ahead and open up questions to our audience. Please, I guess, raise your hand and try to speak loudly if you have a question for our panels. Anyone have a question? Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to wholesale right now for game design. What advice do you have for getting an actual game job in marketing?
I actually went to wholesale, so nice. Make connections, and I know that sounds ridiculous because they push that down your throat at wholesale. It's connections, connections, it's networking. And it sounds so great when they tell you at school to make connections, but really when you go out and you talk to the people that like the same things you do, or you just get to know people kind of in your industry, it opens doors. And they say, hey, I work with you, I know you, do you want to come work on this other project with me? Like, that's really cool. And so, yeah, it probably sounds really fake that they're telling you that at school, but definitely do networking, for sure.
And it's also like, it's not as fake as it like sounds like, because all of the people in games are actually really cool, so they kind of end up being your friends anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I'm being mad at you because they want a job. It's like, no, I'm being mad at you because you're cool. Oh, and you happen to have these connections. So that's nice about the game industry.
So aside from that, which is absolutely the number one important thing, I would say don't limit yourself to doing that one thing. Open yourself up, like, okay, so take some online coding classes, like figure out how to do the things you don't know how to do, even if they're outside of what you are studying. Because I can tell you, every single person in the world also wants to be a game designer, and the thing that's going to differentiate you is if you know how to solve your own problems, if you know how to go figure out that next step. Like that to me is super interesting to me. Like even if it's not going to be very good. The first thing you do is not going to be very good. The second thing you do is going to be a little bit better. But if I'm hiring for someone, I want to see that you've done the third thing and the fourth thing, and you know how to like take it one more step. If that makes sense.
I would reiterate everything I said. In addition to that, though, to further a bit what she was saying, build your own portfolio, build a professional portfolio, not just a student portfolio. Stuff that you did on your own, not just stuff that you were made to do as part of your schooling. I looked at people, I would say, okay, let's see what you've done, and see the progress, and that it's not just the first time, and see if it's something that you've done on your own. It's really important. If the only work you've done is stuff you've been assigned, there are 100 other people who are dying to do this, who've all done it on their own, and are probably going to be a lot more enthusiastic to even try. The second thing I would do is what they were talking about with networking. Absolutely network, meet lots of people. The problem is, I think part of why it might sound fake is because they don't tell you how. They say, meet people, meet other people, get contacts. But the way you do it actually makes a difference. You don't want to be the person who's walking around and just telling everybody about yourself, or asking for stuff constantly, or only looking for stuff. That's where it starts to get fake. It's like, all right, they just want a job. Okay, I'm tired of people just constantly talking to me and saying, oh, this and that. It's like, well, tell me what you're doing, ask about what's happening with somebody else, be involved in the community, support other groups, that sort of thing. I think IGA is a good organization. What are some organizations I can't think of right now? Think of any. Join them and become a part of the community.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to reach out. Like, message companies, message people, ask them for advice, say, hey, what can I do? Give me some tips or something like that. I get asked all the time working with the community. Kids reach out all the time. Say, how can I get started in game design? How can I do what you do? That kind of stuff. And I'm happy to get them information.
So, and on that note, if you're super happy and you're a really good person to reach out to, and I think all of us probably are, there's going to be a lot of people that just don't return a phone call. They say no, be super comfortable with that, because that is, 99,000 people are going to do that before you get that one that says, oh yeah, let me tell you about what I did, let me tell you how I got here. Like, the thing about game design and game making in general too, I feel like everybody took a different path to get there, and the way to talk to people about that is always, you'll always learn something like, oh, you used to be on TV, you used to be a waitress, you used to be, working for the DOD or whatever. They all have their own paths. There's not a linear way to get here, so just learning about that is always a nice inroad into people. Like, you don't want to go like, hey, I'm a game designer, or I want to be a game designer. You want to say, hey, I see you do this, it's really cool, how'd you get here? Tell me how you got here, because I want to know. That's the approach.
I want to add what Peggy was saying too. Be okay getting rejection. Don't let it completely send you into despair. That's Just because somebody turns you down doesn't mean there's anything necessarily wrong with you. Maybe they're busy, maybe they have 20 people already asking the same question, and they just don't want to answer it anymore. Don't be discouraged. Just keep going, be persistent. 99 times you'll probably hear no. Sometimes they won't be very gracious no's. Sometimes they'll just be jackasses. And you know what? That's part of the industry. Sadly, move on. Don't need to deal or work with them. So.
And there was something that happened with me one time when I brought a bunch of art to the Game Developers Conference. And so, they have a lot of recruiters there, right? So you show up and everyone's showing their artwork and their work. And the recruiter wanted nothing to do with me, just kind of turned up his nose and was like, well, as a journalist, I also had meetings with game developers, and I was talking with one, and we were just chatting, and I showed her my art, and she's like, I love it, let's do something. So it's that, recruiters don't know everything. So that's where, sometimes you can get recruited, but, don't take that as a no. If I had just taken that as a, oh, that means I'm terrible, it would have never gone anywhere, so.
I will work like that.
Oh, go for it.
Say yes. Say yes to things that are outside of what you think you do. And I'm going to use Ashley as an example. So I hire her to do art for me. She's a fantastic artist, and she does a very creative. She makes great characters, and she recently tried to get a job doing character design. And so outside of what she normally does, personally I think she's fantastic at that. I think she can do anything. But I work with a number of people that are really good at one thing and they don't say yes to learning a little bit more. So there's something to be said for putting yourself out there, but also knowing that you're going to fail and knowing that you're going to fail a lot, but being okay with it because every time you fail, you're going to learn. If you go upstairs and look at our games, you'll see this, one we did 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. I can't stand the one, I'm showing it, but I can't stand the one we did 4 years ago because it's so bad compared to the one we just finished. And you have to live with that because it's part of the evolution. You guys can all guess which one's that.
Who's name?
So kind of along the same vein of conversation, assuming that a lot of people come from backgrounds involving art or even very technical backgrounds, I know there are different things that are contributed to a final project. So do you notice a lot of people coming from more diverse backgrounds or mainly kind of the art and other, again, kind of technical aspects of it? What's their backgrounds?
Yeah, so actually, I have a perfect example of that. Actually, many of us know Bryant from Messenger. He was originally, he was a passer, he was what else? He did a whole bunch of stuff, and he ended up being game lead on Dragonville for 5 years. He came in as a producer. So you can get into games in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different roles to fill. There's social media and consumer and community service, all that sort of stuff, and then there's art, and then there's design, and then there's the tech and engineering side. So there's a lot of different parts that come together to make the whole. So you don't necessarily just have to be an artist or a programmer or a game designer. And game designer even is pretty mushy because I know a lot of people who didn't go to school for game design, but they made these great paper prototypes and they made an app that's super simple, really good. And there's the proof is in your portfolio and what you can do. So.
I know one of my favorite technical designers out there all the time was a pharmacist. He didn't want to be a pharmacist anymore. So it's it is a cool industry in that sense that you don't have to go to law school to become a lawyer. You don't have to go to game design school to become a game designer. What you do have to do is put in the time. You do have to put in the effort, and frankly, it's hard to go to law school. Probably. It's hard, but you can do it.
So what I recommend to some people, if you're able to do this is not available to everybody, but let's say you're in a completely different industry and you want to get into games, you always want to get into games, but you don't have a game portfolio, you don't have a technical background, an art background, you say you're a designer, but you can't really So I would start, one, if you can, build some of your own stuff to show that. But to get commercial experience, if you're willing, there are companies that you can go up to and say, look, can I just intern here for a while? Can I work for 3 months, 6 months? You know, pay me or don't. I just want credit. I need professional credit. Some places that's legal and some places it's actually not. So you have to check. But I know lots of people who have actually gotten into the industry by working for free for a few months to prove that they could do it, and then got into a little job and hired better and better. Right now, I know one of them is a lead artist in one of the big companies. Another one is a lead designer. Another one, he actually left and went somewhere else. But these are all people I know who started at working for free for about 3 to 6 months. That is not available to everybody, but it's a fantastic way to get professional credits on your CV if that's what you need.
There's also QA. If you're organized and you like picking out what's wrong, QA is a great
entry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Because
we
you
have
learn all
customer
this.
support too.
Yeah,
We have
there's
customer
customer
support team, they'll pick from, and they'll move people up from customer support. Like, they'll have an interest in a department, and they'll say, okay, do you want to hang out? We'll do a workshop, we'll talk about it, and if it's something that works, if they're good at it, they work on moving those people up through the company. So even without the background, you can still get into it.
But you have to say yes. You have to
Yeah.
take the customer support job, and then you have to be the one sitting in your lunchtime trying to
Which
figure
is
out who has
not
the job that you want and meeting them. You have to like be open to just doing the extra bit of work.
So I have a friend, he's special effects supervisor on a lot of big movies. It's not games, but it's in movies, and it has a similar what they were talking about, which was people come up to him all the time. He's been in the industry for 30 years, and he's a big name person. And they said, hey, how can I do this? How can I do it? And he said, well, you got to start at the bottom, basically, work your way up. He started, literally, be horror flicks. He'd be the person under the water with a straw blowing red dye right when the blood was supposed to spurt. And this is how he got into special effects. Now, top level, all big movies, but that's where he started. And he went from blowing, blood out of a straw to getting to paint on somebody's face, to building porcelain stuff that was going to break, to electronic or digital effects. I mean, it's okay to start at the bottom. You don't actually, that's one of the biggest things that I see is, okay, how do I become a designer? How do I become the best of something? You don't start at the best, you just don't. There's a fluke here or there of people that make tons of money on a fluke. That's different than the rest of us and most people. I don't know if anybody here suddenly had a big, got Minecraft or something suddenly out of nowhere. Not yet? I'm working on it. But that's the exception. Most of us are not the exception, but you can still get there, you just have to work through it. And it's okay. It's fine to be willing to do that.
There's a question on this side. Yes, sir.
So this might be a little broad. Feel free to hit it from whatever angle works best. The game industry, both in journalism and development, has kind of, I think, over the past few years gone through a bit of an inclusivity boom, and that's awesome. But where do you see it from? That's from the outside. From the inside of the industry, where do you see the state of more perspectives in games, not just women, but also the LGBTQ community, and where do you see that right now, and where do you see that trajectory headed? Is it in a positive place? Is it moving fast enough?
No, it's not moving fast enough. I also answer. This is my friend line. So I'm super passionate about this because I think it's predominantly male. This is a women panel, so we can talk about that. It does. It is very, very. There's very typical heroes. It follows this very typical story pattern. I think that there's such an opportunity to tell stories through gaming that really affect change. And our current game that we're working on is a female find some future game developers out there that are female, because I think that like it really does have to stem from the people making these stories. It has to, yes, I'm trying to find my words here, but there's an opportunity for this community to find a voice and to tell a story in a way like no other, because anyone can make a game, anyone can do this, you can all do this. It takes a lot of work, but you can all do that. So if you have a story and you tell it, like there's an opportunity to create something just like you would write a book, or just like you would draw art, or even make a film. Through gaming, it's accessible. And so I feel like the opportunity for change is definitely there, but we all have to do it.
So I think what happened is, like, you know, the old school game establishment, the AAA games, big games, like it took a lot of money, a lot of people, and a lot of time to make a game for like Nintendo, like original Nintendo, right? Now we have Steam, we have Unity, we have the App Store, like there's a lot more accessibility to be able to make a game and get it out to the people. Thanks to all of these crowdsourcing funding, it's super easy to get your hands on the software, get it accessible. And so now we have a lot more opportunity to make games with like 5 people instead of 500. And so in that way we can like address the smaller demographic of women in games or LGBTQ in games. We can make our stories heard and still get it out to people to see. We can get it out to the broader audience of gamers, which is great. But like Pegi said, we have to do it. And we have to be heard and we have to be seen. And to do that, we have to be needed. So, and I know also, just like on another note, most of the women and LGBTQ people that I know in games are in art or design. It's very rare to find ladies in programming and in the CEO or leadership roles. Like he said, it's not quite moving fast enough, but we're working on it.
I think that a lot of it too, with regards to becoming a developer, with regards to taking that path, and there's lots of research done on that. And with gaming, it's different because many gamers who are developers now did not go to school for that. They became that. They became that because they worked at it and they figured out how to do that. And women are just less likely to be like, hey, I don't learn how to do that. They can do it just the same, but we need to just change that mindset.
And I think it's happening. Like,
Yeah.
So, plus, like, some of my lady friends are like great gamers and an engineer.
I like that you said that pathways are opening up more, because I think that's very true. There's more schools that focus on game design and things like that. Star Stable, our game is actually female focused. There's only female main characters. It's targeted at girls like 8 to 14, which I thought was really cool. That's awesome. This is a girl game. I'm all for it. And then I found out that like 52% of the company was also female. It's like, wait, what? No way. They're in Sweden. That's common over there. That's their norm. So I was like, how do we need that? We need that everywhere. This is so cool. And it was just so reassuring. Like I mentioned earlier, how many girls now come to me and say, oh, we're good games. Yes, now you can. There are schools, paths, there's a direction. Go down it. So it is happening, but I'm very not fast enough.
Well, I think as more of this, like I think a lot of us are kind of right now like middle level of like making our way up the ladder, and as we get to more female founders and developers,
that's for sure.
exactly. So you know, people, the women who own game companies, more of us will be hired because we're like, I didn't think you could do that.
To add to what they were saying, I started in games in '91. When I entered, when I went to say a game developers conference or something, I'd be one of a couple females. To be fair, I didn't really notice. I identified as I'm here to make games, and I didn't really notice the discrepancy because that's just how I identified. It wasn't until later, actually, that I realized how much sexism and lack of diversity there was in the industry. And part of that had to do with the fact that I was running my own company. If you said something stupid to me, I'd go right around you. It didn't matter to me. If you said something sexist to me, which I heard many times, I didn't think of it as sexist at the time. I thought of it as, wow, you're an idiot. All right, I just go and move around it. What I've come to realize through other people now, and I opened my eyes to it now, and wow, okay, that's everywhere now. When you're working for another company, you don't have that option. If you don't have the personality to say, yeah, screw yourself, excuse me, I'm going to go do my thing, again, it's partly, you're stuck. So like the question earlier about networking, do networking, but nobody really teaches you how. Part of the problem I see with this, how slow we're moving in diversity issues is we're not being taught how. It's so ingrained from us being so little in the school, how we're taught, girls are kind of taught this way, boys are more encouraged this way, and it's really subtle in the schools. And you're taught that from early on, and breaking it later is very difficult. So being taught how to do that, and there are some ways to start doing that. We're starting to see that. For example, if you can go into schools when kids are young, as a female developer. The female developers, technical or otherwise, go in and be the person who talks in grade schools about the STEM course, and let them see that it's normal for a female to be there. Let that be seen, and personally start paying attention at a personal level. Oh wow, that is not as inclusive as I thought. Trying to pay attention to how you respond, because most of us, I'm assuming most people here, do not think of themselves as sexist or racist, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here. And the problem is, we identify with not being that, and yet we're not even aware of some of the habits we have that contribute to it. And so learning how to pay attention to that in ourselves and starting to open up and support other people is extremely, extremely important.
No, I was going to say that, exactly that. So that's called an unconscious bias, when you don't even realize that you're doing it. And so everybody has that, and it's just being aware that that's happening, and nobody's necessarily trying to not allow you that path. And so you just have to just push through it. It really is a matter of, okay, this is happening, it happens all around us, I do it, I do it all the time. It happens because that's just what we were born with. So it's just that instinctive thing, and you need to just be aware of it, for sure.
One of the ways to do that is, I'll just give you an example. You have I'll use women as an example since it's a women in game panel. You have two women and three males sitting there talking about ideas for game design. One of the women says something, and may not have been heard, it may not have been responded to, it may not have been validated. One of the best ways to support that, then one of the male contributors will say something similar, and suddenly they're recognized or deferred to. This is a very, very common occurrence in game development, and sadly in other places too. One of the ways to support that, very simple, is one of the other females recognize it and say, oh, I'd like to hear more about that. It's a great idea that somebody just said. Can we hear more about that? Echo chamber. Echo the people that you're trying to support that are diverse. Be there to help them. There is strength in numbers when you start doing that. It does create a momentum that you just can't get being a lone voice out in the wilderness. It really helps to have support with each other.
I want to hear about your thoughts on the connection between the skewed gender statistics of the game designers and developers in terms of male and female, and the consumer statistics of male and female, because most consumers are males who game. Most gamers typically are male. And do you feel like if there were more female developers, there would be more female gamers, or vice versa, or just kind of your thoughts on it?
That depends what statistics you're talking about. Some statistics in some areas actually show higher female ratios.
Well, why? What do you feel like causes a female gamer to wanting a game versus a male gamer? And do you think that
Genitals.
I don't,
That's the difference to me.
Statistics I've seen, because I do a lot of marketing journalism, so I see a lot of statistics. It's one of the major factors they found with mobile gaming is the genre. A lot of women like puzzle games, lots of strategy, lots of, hey, I'm going to figure this out. So that tends to be a very popular genre. So, not saying that every game has to be a puzzle for girls that like it, but that just happens to be a popular genre among mobile games, and therefore more women tend to play it. But on the flip side, when they also ask those women if you consider yourself a gamer, most of them said, oh, no, because they feel like they're not deserving of that title. So it's a whole other issue of like, oh man, I play like 10 hours a week. Oh, you're a gamer. Well, I don't know if I can call myself a gamer. So that's a whole other thing, but that's just statistically what I've seen personally.
So, I mean, like we're saying, the genre and the medium that you're playing on makes a difference. And I think kind of what's happening is that once we have smartphones, women can play like while they're waiting for laundry to be done or dishwasher to run or whatever. Like while we're doing our other stuff, we can play this really quick, really easily digestible game. And that does tend to be puzzle games, and I think that's why mobile gamers tend to be more female, and the people who spend in mobile games tend to be female, because that's how we got access to games. Whereas, like, as we were growing up, the gaming, the access to gaming was through consoles, and those weren't marketed to us as kids. Like, I didn't see a Nintendo ad, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, that's fine. Right, tomboy, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I want Nintendo. But, like, it wasn't marketed to me as a demographic. Whereas mobile games are, like, easy to digest, easy to access, and everybody has a smartphone now. And now also with Steam, like, everybody's usually on their computer, and they get access to these games that are quick, fast to play, and still fun. The AAA games still aren't necessarily marketed to the audience, because traditionally AAA games have been marketed to males. Playing FPS and shooting and all sorts of stuff, so traditionally males.
I don't think a AAA studio would know how to do that. Like, I honestly, the appetite and the investment that it would take to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to just change this around and spend, I'm going to get someone to invest more than $10 million into making a game that's targeted at a demographic that hasn't proven to play these types of games. It's a slow moving boat.
Yeah.
It's just not. They're not there. They don't have the people to even tell you what that game looks like. I can look it up.
It's a very large ship to turn
with no import. You know what I mean?
The evidence for it.
Because then you can go look at traditional films, because that's where I would go. I would go say, okay, what films does this gender like, and how would you turn that story into a game story? And I don't even know what that would look like. Good idea.
I tend to think the game industry, entertainment industry in general, frankly, I think is less gender bias and more money bias. They know how to market to male audience. They know how to make money on that, and it's proven. So it's going to take somebody to really break out to prove that money can be made somewhere else. And that goes for any genre. As soon as something becomes popular, as soon as something breaks out, and suddenly, all these people trying to now mimic that and do that. And once there's a AAA game that becomes more popular with the female crowd than male, suddenly it's going to be a whole new world. But somebody has to be willing to do that.
I have a son and 2 daughters, and they all are very exposed, and they play differently. Look at my daughter over there. But Pokemon is one that they all play, and that's where
I hope we're getting there. Because my company, like I said before, is the designers are mainly female, and we just hit 10 million registered users, female, almost entirely female. So I think I see what you're saying, because we're kind of like an outlier. That's not normal, you know, to hit that many and have that many women, because we target kids, but we have women of all ages, grandmas play our game, their grandchildren play it, so we should also have
50% of your community female too. So
yes,
it makes
so I wonder
what
if
comes
that
out of
helps.
that
Yes.
is definitely
Yeah,
different.
I think that's a goal of theirs, to keep it female focused, because I think that's a driving force of it. We can relate to what it's like growing up female, so we can write those storylines that they'll relate to. So hopefully we can kind of guide the way for other companies to do this too.
And I think it is changing. I mean, we do have Horizon Zero Dawn, we have Portal,
Yeah.
like there's bad characters of Overwatch, that like Stardew Valley. Like we have games that are coming that are helping change the money center behind the AAA companies. So
Yes.
it's happening.
Hopefully it won't be like an outlier for very long.
Right. I think it's just
Yeah.
making all of us time to be able to be, upper echelons, to be able to make decisions, to be like, yes, go with that female character and that like a little bit more nuanced storyline, and like a more interesting gameplay than just shoot that guy.
Well, one thing that Blizzard has kind of done is, which has been surprising a lot of analysts, is that Overwatch has a very large female audience, and for a shooter. And a lot of it is because characters are so fun. And the girls aren't just playing the female characters, but like, there's such a fun variety of characters to play that they found that Overwatch is very financially successful with women. So we have time for some more questions. Yes, ma'am. Passes. Thank you.
My name is Kaylee. I want to thank you all for coming today. Listening to what you all have to say has been awesome. And it's been a great conversation. I'm starting to veer away from it. But as game design schools today become more and more common than they were even a decade ago, a lot of us are being taught how to dabble in node-based programming, but we also know how to 3D model, we know how to texture and illustrate. We have several different skill sets. So when we go out into the real world to apply, what should our portfolios really look like? How do we create a portfolio for something like game design? Should we maybe just take videos and screenshots of projects that we've made? Or, I don't know, I have no idea what our portfolios look like.
It depends on what you're applying for. If you're applying for an art position, you want your art showing. If you're applying for a design position, I'm sure everyone has a slightly different approach to this. For my part, I tend to look at the writing. I look at games they've designed before, I've been a part of, preferably something online that can be looked at. In some cases, design documents. I've seen tons of design documents. That's kind of what I look at with new people. Online stuff they contribute to, or design documents and writing.
So I will say that there's only a few people, there's only a few studios, there's a handful, 20 studios that hire game designers full-time. There just aren't that many. So small studios, game design is awesome, it's great that you have that skill set, but tell me you can do something else because I just can't keep you busy for that long. And we make some games and we do quite a lot of white label games too, which means that we make games for museums and things like that too. So we have work, we have paid work, but I cannot keep a game designer busy 4 years a week. I just can't do it. So have some breadth. Show me that you're also willing to do. You're also willing to do textures. You're also willing to do some 3D modeling. You're also willing to do all these things and make yourself valuable in all these other areas. Because if what you want to be is a game designer and you want to do it for some bigger studios, then you're going to have to build that portfolio of stuff you've done. And the only way to build that portfolio of stuff you've done is to have the opportunity to do it. The only way you're going to have that is to be able to get a job somewhere that will pay you for what you do. And that is, you know, production work. It's really, it doesn't, don't expect to get out of school and be the lead designer on something. It just, you just got to find your way in. It's the QA work. It's the someone that's going to test my mobile game on every device and get all their friends to test it and do that kind of stuff.
Let me follow up real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. I have hired full-time game designers in the past. Not right now. I'm doing something different now. But in the past, I've hired not that many actually, 5 to be total full-time game designers. But I was working on MMOs. I was working on big, huge games that had massive systems. I'm assuming you wouldn't need that full-time if you were doing a small mobile game or something a little more petite. So that does make a difference too, the type of place that you're applying for. I actually did need full-time designers. And something I can't believe I forgot. I gave them assignments. Just like some people, when you're coming in with the programmers, they give you programming tests and that sort of thing, which I think is kind of strange to do programming on a whiteboard, but whatever. I did the same thing to designers. I'd say, okay, I need, this is our world. I know you're applying to all of us because this is the game that we're doing. I need you to design a cultural scenario around these characters and a quest that will involve this. Or I get back tomorrow. You can do whatever you want. I don't care how you do it or use it, but write it up, design it for me, and see come up with something. And it told me whether people's handwriting and writing was any good, how detail-oriented they were, how they thought through stuff, how they decided to set things up, how their mind thought. It gives you a ton of information. 1 page, 2 pages, and I'd say approximately how many pages or words or whatever medium they were using. And it gave me a ton of information. And I could tell who was good at what and who was not. So,
I'm going to add a little caveat to what these guys are saying, because in my experience, like working for a small company, like working for Pegi, like I had to do UI, I had to do character design, I had to do environment design, and like doing all the things, which is fun and great. And it's a great way to learn all the parts that need to come together for, like, to make a game, to make a whole game. But if you're applying to Blizzard, if you're aiming for Insomnia, if you're aiming for big companies, you have to specialize. They don't want somebody who's like a jack of all trades, master of none. They want a master character designer. They want a master like weapons modeler. They want a master like iron texturer person. Like it depends on who you want to work for, and you also have to make sure like you're happy doing that. You know, like I don't know that many people who are like super excited to texture weapons all day long. There are some. There are definitely some. That's not me.
That's a good point. That's a good point, because we do quite a bit of work for Disney, and when we do work for Disney, and I need hair, I hired the person that does the hair on Ice Age, and they only do hair, and that's the person we find. And so, yes, you're right.
So like working for small companies, you're going to have to generalize. If you want to go for bigger companies, you're going to have to be specific. And also like as an artist, and as our lead, looking at art portfolios for games, we got really annoyed because people would be generalists and everything, but not necessarily have artistic fundamentals, because they learned how to draw and bubble and texture and rig and animate, like all in 4 years, and that's not enough time to understand, to understand like how, like why it looks good. So it's
It's a balance.
Yeah.
You might definitely try and do one thing well, for sure, but be willing to do anything.
Again, also like I'm a character designer and I'm trying to find work, and everybody wants 3D skills, and it's like, okay. So.
I think we have time for one more question.
Or we done, right there, she's had her hand up for a long time.
Yes. I wasn't sure if you were reporting to the editor. Yes.
My daughter here actually wants to get into game development. She's 10, and she doesn't know, where should she start, what should she be doing. She really likes playing video games a lot, so she doesn't know where to go with it. That's what she wants to do.
I always tell kids that reach out, One of the best things to do is go visit the gaming websites, like the companies, they have job pages up. See like the jobs you can have, because they will list everything out. These are the jobs you can get in game design. This is kind of what you have to be good at to do that job. These are the requirements they're looking for, so you can find out schooling that you need, skills that you need, programs that you need to focus on. That's just a lot of information that you can start with right there. And then if you think, oh, that job sounds really cool, then you can research schools that offer that information. So that's always my opinion.
I'm going to add development. Do some development courses, free courses. The community has tutorials. Learn to be a developer. I never have enough developers. Artists are awesome. I can find an artist, and I have some great artists, and I love them. I love them. But and given that you're a female developer, I can tell you that you're gonna get the job. So you can be an artist for sure, but know how to be a developer. And then can we answer her question? She just had.
Yes.
If you had your hand up for so long, and I'd be able to answer your question.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't hear you. You gotta say it louder.
She's 12.
Yeah.
She lives in Grand Junction.
Sweet.
So there's not a lot of like schools or resources there. So she's wondering what she can do.
Do you have internet access?
Yeah.
So Unity. Go to Unity 3D and go take their tutorials, and it is going to be super confusing and super hard. You can answer any question you need to know how to answer online, and absolutely do that.
Make your own stuff, both of you guys.
Make yourself.
Yeah.
Just like all of you guys, everybody. Even the voice.
If you use Google, you can find whatever you need.
If you have internet and you start now at 12 years, I wish I started.
Yeah, you're so lucky to be asking these questions.
You're so.
Go to YouTube University.
You're here at this panel, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. I didn't have this.
Start a club at your school.
Oh, that's a great
I think
idea.
you have a volunteer right there who's willing to help moderate it, sitting next to you. Start a club, a girls' club where boys are allowed to, and start practicing. What's the name of that programming language that they use in school?
Scratch.
Thank you. Scratch. Start using Scratch.
Scratch is great.
Scratch is awesome. Start using Scratch. Build some games. Get a club going. Get yourself a team, and start learning how to be a developer on a team.
There's a couple, actually, I know Grand Junction's so far, but if you're local to Denver, Boulder, there's a summer camp, a STEAM summer camp, where you can go and learn how to build games, and they take on tours, and they've taken these kids on tours of that now.
This girls make games.
Oh, that's true, that's
They're
another.
usually on like West Coast cities. I looked. They're usually on the West Coast or like Boston or East Coast.